We go? We start?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of Throttle Talk. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, thumbs up, everything that's good down below.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like,
That's
comment,
the
and
cringiest
subscribe.
thing.
If you're a sponsor and you want to give us your money, we'll be glad to take it.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm down. I'm really down.
This is the first episode we record after we went live. So, any good news from people listening? What have you gotten so far?
First, let me just say, I'm at 716 followers from 684, 83.
83?
Yeah,
Fucking
so
finally,
we're
man.
moving in the right direction.
I think thank you is in order.
Yeah, of course, definitely. A big thank you. Couldn't have done it without
To me.
you. So to you.
Man, who's the muscle behind this?
He's pulling that Beirut Beast flex right now. Okay, I see how it is. Anyways,
We've gotten some really good reviews from you guys.
we've gotten some good, some bad, like
Some bad.
all constructive to say the least. So
For sure.
a lot of people have gone in touch with us about the mic setup. That is
temporarily being resolved
yes.
right now. We've got some new
we
stuff
have
coming
new
in.
mics coming in. We also have this table we're currently on is also gonna go.
So if you guys used to hear like a
Yeah, like just bear with us. Today's gonna be the last time, hopefully. And what else is happening?
nothing else really, just I got a couple of good reviews from everyone. Everyone's being very supportive, telling us what to do.
Yeah,
how we know what to do,
a
and
lot
just
of interesting,
pointers.
a lot of interesting suggestions as well.
And it's just how cool like is it when you receive screenshots from your friends listening to it in the
Man,
car.
I
like, while
love how
going to
everyone.
work.
Our vision for this was like, people would be listening in traffic. That's what's exactly
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
Our friends across, like wherever they are in the world, and like friends of friends as well, are tuning in and like listening to us in traffic or on their way to work, after work.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend message me telling me like, with your shitty mic quality and the shitty Evo speakers, I had a lovely ride to work. But like, we're working on it. And
Yeah, new mics should be here by episode 4, sorry,
Four,
hopefully.
yeah.
And it's gonna get much better down the line.
And we'll start having guests then, hopefully.
For sure, maybe we'll start with K.
We could start with K. Which K though? 8 or
No.
normal K?
Normal K.
Normal K.
Smurf K.
Smurf K, okay.
So today we're gonna talk about, should we just jump into it?
Yeah.
Or we have something else to add about the podcast?
Besides some things, you're gonna start noticing hopefully some of the background items disappear. That means I'm making good progress on the Corvette. If you don't see anything change,
or I'm
that
just
means I'm not doing
stealing them.
shit. Yeah.
I'm probably just stealing them every time I come
Mabrukin
here.
عليك.
Yeah, you've been making some good moves on the Corvette these past 2 days.
Yeah. Productive.
The engine
especially-
is coming together.
The engine is 85% complete. Right now, after we wrap this up, I'm gonna head back
Get back to
into
work.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
khalas.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna talk about new versus used cars, and maybe hopefully be a bit educational for you guys and give our takes and our personal recommendations for cars you should look out for maybe in the future. So what should you look for when you're buying a car, Nick? I mean, where do you start when you buy a car?
OLX.
We're not sponsored by them, I swear to God. They're just like the
Like,
go-to.
listen, if we had Craigslist, I would say it. If we had eBay Motor, I would say it, whatever. But like, Auto Tempest doesn't apply here. We only have OLX and Facebook
I swear
groups.
to God, we're not
Lebanon
sponsored
buy
by
and
them.
sell. Lebanon.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
Have
like
you noticed
900.
Have you noticed how many accounts are like springing up every now and then of people like opening up Instagram accounts to sell cars?
Yeah. There's like
buy and
6
sell
people. Yeah. And the worst thing is like
wheels and whatever.
the worst thing is some of them like message you like, bro, can you go like my photo
Yeah,
or like comment?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, anyways.
ما بيكونوا عاملين like follow or like back.
Yeah.
So
It's
they want
pretty-
that plug and support, but they don't show you support, which is funny.
Basita, man, basita.
Anyways,
Shit happens.
No hate, but so mainly online forums when you want to
Yeah,
buy
personally,
a car.
for me, I just go when I'm buying any car. I like to go. First thing I do is once I decide, let's say I see what's available, I find what a car I like. I start searching instantly. Let's say I want an 8 Series, the E31.
Okay.
I just Google BMW.
More BMWs, by the way.
Yeah, I just Google like BMW 8 Series buyer's guide, and you just find these forum posts, and everyone just says like, and you open it, and it's just pointers of what to look out for when you're buying
like
the
pros
car.
and cons.
No, so it's like okay, the most commonly rusted part on this car is this area. Check this out. Make
Look out
sure.
for it when
Yeah,
you're looking
so
for a
it's like
car.
these things that you wouldn't know unless like you really own the car or you know. So it saves you a lot of like headache with that. And second thing is I just make sure I get Jay like
To check out the car.
Yeah, if Jay gives me the approval, says the car is solid, okay.
But so then how we're mainly talking about used cars.
Yeah.
But I mean, in general, if you're gonna go and look for a car, I would suggest first of all like decide on your budget, and then like what you need the car for. Maybe like if you're for work, for the kids, for recreational purposes. Maybe.
I mean everything. Listen.
Everything's.
There are cars for every single purpose. Yeah, you just need to know what you're buying. What are you looking for? Like, don't expect to buy want a supercar and then like have a daily car's like function. Like, just know what you're after.
Yeah, I mean, for sure there are some out there that do like the best of both worlds.
Like an RS6. Yeah, RS6 is nice.
For sure. But yeah, mainly just know what you're looking for, and maybe just start with either new or used, and just decide on the pros and cons and go through them. For example, should we just start with the new cars, for example?
Yeah. With new cars, you're basically buying a car that is brand new.
Yeah. So the pros are it's
it's brand new, so there's no hidden like
reliability
shady,
for sure.
Yeah, like it depends what car you're buying, but in general,
I mean, generally,
you're not worried about what mods or what could have the other person have fixed in a bad way, and so like that's something that bites you down the line.
Yeah.
Like so that's the nice
know this
thing.
from experience for sure.
Oh man.
Buying cars and restoring.
Like listen, the Crown Vic, when I bought it, it's a former Canadian police car, so it had police equipment all over it, and so they really like what they do is when they want to sell the car, they just simply
strip it off.
Cut. Like okay, let's say there's a cable going to the headlights.
Yeah.
They just cut that cable and remove whatever they like. So it was a mess. So I spent like a week just working on it, trying to figure out what to do, what's wrong, what's what. But after that, it was pretty solid, and the car came with no service history. So I just on my own, I just like okay, let me just change all fluids, new brake pads, new discs, new wheels. And
just to be safe, like on the safe side. Yeah, that's when buying a used car mainly. You have to like just be very cautious when you do that.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about the new and the pros of it. I mean, we're talking about reliability. We're talking about warranty from the company.
Yes.
From a dealership. We're talking about warranty, reliability. What else? It's a brand new model, so
it depends. And the nice thing about buying a new car is you can spec it. Most of the time, it depends on
That's a good point.
It depends on how long you're planning on waiting or whatnot. But like you could spec it to your taste, to your liking.
Color, interior, leather,
and rims. If you're buying off the showroom, most of the time, if you're buying like a car, let's say a daily, you're gonna find pretty much the spec you like.
Yeah, they get it like in a generic.
Like Suzuki spec. Jimny, for example. I really like the Jimny, the new one. They have a little land they're storing their cars near BMW in Boucherie. And I drive by and I see there's like 100 Jimnys.
Yeah.
So what are the chances of you finding a Jimny to your spec, the color you like?
Pretty high.
Exactly. So that's like the nice thing if you're buying a mass-produced car.
For sure.
But if you're like if you're like going for an expensive car, let's say, I would prefer to just spec it to your taste, because I know from first-hand experience, if you buy something you're not fully convinced with, it won't last for long. It won't last for long. Like I remember when it won't last for long, as in you will sell it eventually. Yeah, you'll be super frustrated with it. For me, for example, the 435 I had, it was amazing. Wow, when the 4 Series first came out, blah blah, but the car did not have Bluetooth. Like for some reason BMW.
What?
Yeah, the car didn't have Bluetooth audio, as in music.
Oh, just for calls.
So, but imagine every time I had to like if a new song comes out, I have to take a USB, put it in my laptop. Then when I put it back in the car, it takes like 2 hours. If you have over 200 songs on that USB, it takes like 2 hours to show the name. It was so problematic. It really it's something I couldn't live with.
In a case like this, what would you have done differently?
I wouldn't have bought it off the lot. That's it. Like so, when I got the M2, I custom spec'd it.
All right.
And I changed.
So wait, for the 4 Series, there was an option to have Bluetooth.
Yeah, and BMW.
But it wasn't on your car.
Yes, spec'd. It was not. It was not spec'd on my car.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, no. So it was very frustrating. Like a lot of people, for example, they can't live without rear view cameras or sensors.
I can't live without a heated steering wheel, by the way.
There you go. That's something like.
It's super posh and niche.
Do you want to
But
buy?
I love it.
Yeah, no. The thing is, do you want to buy a car and then retrofit something, go through that, or like if you're buying a new car, man, might as well like you know if you have the luxury of having time and not needing the car instantly, just spec it to your taste and as a fact, you will enjoy it for much longer and not get bored of it as quick.
I mean, another example of this, like when you're buying a new car, you have the latest tech in it. I mean, in your case, it wasn't spec'd on the car, but when you're buying usually a new car, it has the latest, like, updated software on the car, emissions regulations, all of that.
What's crazy is
to it as well.
The 4 Series was in 2014.
Yeah.
And in 2014, man, a Kia Picanto came with like Bluetooth pretty much. Just like,
it's like
and now today, it's like every car, you don't even have to think twice. Every car has Bluetooth audio.
Ask about it.
Yeah, it's خلاص.
I don't think they even put it on the spec sheet anymore. And it
used to be like, oh, now offered with 2.0 like Bluetooth, and we were so happy with it. But no, like that's the thing about new cars is when you're buying it, خلاص, you know, pretty much with the technology up to date.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I hate today's technology. Like, I would not want to buy a Mercedes with like iPad.
We've talked about this before. All of the screens.
Yeah. So for me personally, this is why I'm looking at older
for people
cars.
would love that. I mean,
some people, life is a matter of taste.
تعال شوف خي سيارتي انا شو فيها بعد نجيبها من الشركه 0 كيلومتر بعد مطلعوا
كيان شركه bro. That's the way.
Yeah, I mean, for some people, like if they have the money, they wouldn't mind like getting a brand new car, waiting for it to be spec'd and whatever, and being delivered.
Listen, the nice thing about speccing it as well is you have the luxury of being able to change your mind about a few things. Like, of course, within a reasonable time frame.
Okay,
like the M2, when I ordered it, at first it was blue. Then my friend started making fun of me. He's Big Nick gets into his little blue car, and he started making like a riddle, and I'm just like, oh.
Yes, on the M2 they came in like 4 colors, was it?
Yeah,
white,
blue, gray, black. That's it.
Yeah, and then the facelift, competition.
The competition
had the orange,
got rid. Yeah, they got rid of my color, the mineral gray, discontinued, which makes like. Which I personally really like. I like the color gray on the M2. It's very. It's not too sporty.
That gray has been a common color for the whole family in عندك, by the way. I mean, the X5M was gray silver. The 8 Series is a graphite gray.
Gray is a really nice color.
The RAV4 gray.
Oh, you're pulling out the RAV4 cards?
Man, what else do we have? The X4, what is it? Black?
That's my sister's car. It's black.
I mean, still. All right, okay. The 4 Series was gray. Gray is one of my favorite colors, but it's a shade. It's not a gray.
Of course, no. And gray works really well with all interior colors. If you have a brown interior, red interior, black interior. So I personally like gray. I don't like all shades of gray, but like more or less, I would rather have gray over black. I love black, but black is so high maintenance. You're gonna hate your life if you're a picky person.
Experience for sure. But yeah, we have also the cons of buying a brand new car.
Yeah.
The major one is what? Depreciation.
Price. And the price. Yeah, the price you're paying.
Price, yeah, for sure.
It's really, and like it's gonna like with
as
modern
soon
cars,
as they turn it on, out the lot, خلاص.
I mean, yeah, it's no. What I found out is the second you buy a car, I swear on my life, the day you buy the car, suddenly all new tech is coming to the next model year. Like I remember when I got the 4 Series, I was so happy. Yeah, like they dropped the M Sport trim. I had the Sport line, which was the max. Like there wasn't an
they just bring out updates.
No, it's crazy. I feel like cars are getting facelifted much sooner than before. Like now, every 2 years. Yeah, it's insane because the demand.
One example, the GR Supra.
Yeah.
Everyone who bought it a year ago had the detuned BMW engine. Now everyone that bought it now has like a plus 50 horsepower.
Yeah, and an upgraded fuel pump.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like. It's crazy, you know. This is very frustrating when you buy a new car,
especially if it's a new model of a car, like Supra, for example, or like if BMW made a X8, for example. Don't buy the first.
They are.
But just don't buy the first gen.
But when do you buy? No matter what you do, they will always
make it. But in cars like those, man, they're just like experimenting with it. Eventually, they're gonna find like a tweak they have to fix, and they'll fix it in the next year.
The thing is with BMW, the way they roll out cars is, let's say they roll out the 4 Series, and after a year of rolling out the 4 Series, they come out with the M4.
Yeah.
And then the M4 comes out, like a year later, the 4 Series gets a facelift.
Then you're driving
5 months after that, the M4 gets a face. It's just, it's brutal, really. It is for the price you're paying. I really think they owe you more than
We
like.
really need to stop plugging BMW, by the way.
Listen, it's the only company
not
I've
giving us
dealt
a
with
free
in
car.
Lebanon.
They haven't given us a free car yet.
Yet, I
Yet.
like the confidence.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this podcast gets
they
places.
like me. They like me. I think we're good.
After
Not
after
a
15
new
taillights
car.
have been replaced, I don't think they like you that much.
Yeah, and like
بس ليك فكر
seven
فيها.
broken exhausts.
كمان بس انه انت last time you were bitching about the indicator on a taillight of a BMW, you never use an indicator on a BMW.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I broke the BMW.
That's why
rule.
it's not good, man.
Yeah. I think that's why. It's because I was overusing it.
Even me. Zero allocations.
It makes sense now.
So yeah, cons of buying a new car is depreciation.
And warranty. Honestly, warranty is lovely, but having that fear of losing warranty, for me personally, I have to modify anything I own.
Yeah. But if we're gonna talk about warranty, we can talk about as well insurance on a brand new car is much higher than a used car.
Yes. No. It's and yearly payments. As in the mechanique, like the road tax that you pay the government is also much higher on a new car.
بس كمان if you're buying a new car, a pro of it is you can get, if you're مثلا عم تقسطها, interest rates are a bit lower through the company, through the dealership than a bank if you're buying a used car.
Are they still? I don't know. I really don't know if they're still doing that.
ما بعرف هلا بس I mean generally is
in a normal society, in a normally functioning
if you're listening
country.
to us from outside of Lebanon, I mean
you know
it applies to you as well. So yeah.
Personally, like with new cars, they're lovely and everything. I would love a new Kia as a daily, for example.
I was just telling my mom this today, especially with the gas prices going up, man. Who can afford a fucking V12 and V8 and V10?
Yeah, and that's sad yet like nice. I don't know, man.
Why is it nice though?
Nice because like
they're coming on the market.
They're gonna someone's gonna have to sell, which is shitty. You're not happy that they're selling under this circumstance.
Are we talking about the 7 Series we saw yesterday on
the V12? Yeah, but no, that car is a total.
It's a train wreck, but I mean, V12s are popping up now on.
Yeah, but BMW V12, stay away. See, you say I plugged them.
Yeah. At least we bash them from time to time.
Yeah, no. But in general, like, you wish it's not under this circumstance, but. It is what it is. It is what it is.
I mean, I had that I filled up gas. I had to go to 2 gas stations to fill up 20 thou.
That means you're not loyal enough to one gas station, bro. Whenever I go to that specific gas station, the one gas station I fill up in, he's like, "Oh, today the limit's 25 thou. I'm gonna click your car 4 times." Yeah, bro.
The guy at Total, the Nahr al-Maut, did that for me the other day, by the way.
Total Nahr al-Maut, I have a sketch feeling with them. Because every time I go there, like, ما في, when 98 was first
starting. ما في بس لح عبيلك.
No, they wouldn't do that.
أنا هيك عمل لي لأنه أنا سألته عندك 98 قال لي ما في بس حعبيلك.
لا بروح.
وغمزني. I was in day 45. It was like, yeah, okay.
Man, أنا رحت, I went once. This was like when rumors of 98 is running out first started. I'm like, do you have 98? He's like, no, ما في 98. And I look like right there, right next to him, the meter for 98 is like a 34,000. Someone, he filled up for someone.
Fucker.
And I'm like, really, bro? Like, you're gonna do it? And we have a friend who has a gas station, and he said usually they turn off all the meters at night, so it resets. So like, so there's no way that this was like from a month ago. Like, you know, خلاص, this guy's his loss. يعني I had the Crown Vic, but like.
Man, بس الفكرة إنه the rate is changing. A couple of weeks ago, بتعرف هلا on Wednesdays they changed the price of the gas.
But it went down 100 liras.
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 Liras. أنا اسمها liters.
Liter لا.
Would.
يا ريت.
A couple of weeks ago, there was a whole like panic over gas and whatever. And my mom told me like, take your car, just fill them up. It's a bit like whatever. I took my car first. The gas station was relatively fine, like empty.
2 minutes later.
عبيت سيارتي قلت له عم تعبوا قال لي ايه قلت له فول لي قال لي اوكي فولت. I went down, got my mom's car, went back to the gas station. It's packed. I was like فول لي ها قال لي 20,000 حبيبي قلت له ايه طيب حط 20,000.
Man, it's crazy how hysteria drives people to do things.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I don't blame them. Like I was out when we were looking for a Volvo. We were going to examine it. We just realized like I had my friend's W140. He asked me to I was bringing it back to his house.
Yeah.
Because I dropped off my car at Jay's.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were going in his car, and we didn't realize that the car is basically out of fuel. Like the light was on.
You talked about this, I think, last
Yeah,
time.
exactly. And I was freaking out. And like I pulled into a gas station. There's like a line of 20 cars, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. In 2 days, like it's gonna be normal again. So khalas, 2 days pass, and it's normal again. But I think we did stray a bit. So like moving back to
we always stray, but I think they got used to it.
Moving back to it, like
should we just jump into the used cars?
Yeah, like pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Pros of a used car is saving money.
Yeah.
I mean, you're buying a car. Like, if you can find what you're looking for, like pre-owned from the dealership, is it better than buying it from a?
I mean, usually it means it's certified, so that's like certified. A sense of.
But isn't it usually a bit more expensive?
It is a bit more expensive, but you're paying for that peace of mind.
So.
Because if anything was wrong with it, you can go back to the dealership and be like, the dealership sold me this car, and they.
And usually they give you like a warranty for a couple of months from the dealership.
If
right?
you're if I'm gonna bring it up again.
BMW.
I know if you buy a BMW like certified car, you do get warranty for like a certain amount of time, which you could renew.
I think Mercedes gives you maybe a year, or maybe Porsche gives you a year after if you buy from them, like a certified.
Like the only company that I've seen that has such horrible warranty, like that I would much rather just buy used than new, is Toyota. Toyota on any car in Lebanon, they offer you 1 year warranty and you can't renew. From as far as I know.
If it's a brand new car, 1 year warranty.
1 year warranty, that's it.
They're very confident with their cars.
Man, no, I swear, because a GT 86 once came to J. I swear the guy had only driven it 25,000 kilometers. 2 months after warranty expired, the car is 1 year and 2 months old.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 months after the warranty expired, the transmission had gone, and it's an automatic. Like, there's no how do you fuck it up, you know? Make sense. And the shitker was like, yeah, tough luck.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, so I don't know.
BMC باللبنان هيك.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
We're looking at you.
Yeah, looking at you.
No, so you have fewer. You have
cheaper car.
Cheaper car. You save
money.
Initial money. You have
insurance
is cheaper, and you
road
also
tax.
have less road tax. The cons.
The cons are reliability.
It depends where you're buying it from. I agree, and there might be some hidden Easter eggs. Let's just call them Easter eggs, because
some mini surprises you weren't expecting.
That will bite you in the ass, especially with today. The only thing I fear with used cars, mechanically you can always tell by the sound, or if you take a mechanic with you to examine a car.
Is a bitch.
Electrical, like it might be working today, tomorrow, who knows? You know, so that's the thing I worry the most about, especially with like I've seen the electrical work that's been done here. It's really don't know how they don't catch fire, but they don't. Like, don't ask me how.
Yeah.
Until they do. But no, in general, by the way, I don't know if you remember, there's a guy who, there are a lot of people in Lebanon. Do you remember this trend, like where you'd see on like Porsche or Milcar, you see like cars that have only done like 300 kilometers?
And it's sketch a bit.
It's sketch, but like it's certified, so at the same time, I understand it.
If it's coming from a dealership, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, no, like we have a few friends who've bought cars all from one person who drives them for like 600 kilometers. Then he's just like, okay, next car.
Yeah.
And so like you buy it at a really good deal, because like the guy had already like pretty much taken the
bulk of the depreciation. So you bought a brand new car.
Yeah, that's
for less.
So basically, you buy a brand new car that someone has done the break-in period for you.
But I mean, why does he do that? I mean, what is he gaining from this?
I think he's the type of person who's like, wow, this new car came out, I really like it.
I want to be the first.
Or it could be that, or it could be like, I really want to see what it's about. He sees what it's about. He's like, okay, I've seen enough.
But I mean,
I don't know, it's weird.
The cars that we know, like this guy has sold, I mean,
M4 Competition, Megane RS, M235i.
Man, just as soon as you drive it off the lot.
No, not M230, M2.
M2.
Remember an M2.
So.
بس it's that same guy.
I'm فكر فيه man انه like you buy a car, sell it after like doing less than 1,000 kilometers.
I just realized something else.
Man.
You're gonna accuse me of something. All the cars we mentioned are Basula Hnaini cars.
Yeah.
He's a great client for them, I guess.
Oh my god. So you're compromising on reliability, and also you're not really, but I mean,
it depends what you're buying.
You're also compromising on getting what you want out of a car, for example.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
have to
can't spec
search
it,
and
yeah.
look, and I mean, eventually
It's a
you're gonna
process.
find
It's a
a
process.
compromise.
Yeah, it's a process. Like
Yeah, I mean,
you might not find 100% what you want, but you're like, this is the best I've seen so far.
for
After
what
like,
I can afford.
exactly your price range and what other models you've
Yeah,
seen,
yeah.
but it's still not 100%.
I mean,
but like
maybe
then
the color
again,
doesn't work, or I mean, everyone goes for the lower mile cars. That's for sure. That's what you should need to do.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
if the car is.
unless it's a Toyota.
Yeah.
Hate them, love them. They're
We talked about them when we
100,000
we
kilometers
bashed
is
BMC,
breaking
I'm
period.
I'm sorry, BMC, but yeah, you have to compromise on what you're looking for. Just get the lower mile cars, even though it doesn't have, for example, what leather interior.
These things I really like. If you're buying a car for the city, these things are like
Yeah.
you shouldn't really care about. If you're buying a car for fun, okay, I get it, but like in the end, most of people buy cars. Let's be honest, we are a minority. Not that many people are that into cars or into cars as much as we
So,
are. You know,
for
so
sure.
a lot of people just buy them from A to B. So they're gonna see whatever works best for their budget and their needs, which is A to B. A car that does that well is all they want.
I can talk about an example from my personal take, for example.
Yeah.
When we were looking for a car, we had a budget of like 30K.
Okay.
So we had an option of either buying new or buying used. And first thing I did, my dad is always like, I want an SUV. He loves SUVs. He hates cars. He like إذا صار حادث أنت بتكون أعلى عن الطريق من الغير. He has this mentality. Okay, this is my father. So we wanted to get an SUV, and we had a budget of 30K. We went to Hyundai. We saw the Tucson. It was like around 30K. You can.
This is
spec
how long ago?
5 years ago.
Okay, so the
think so.
Tucson then is different than the Tucson now.
It's the.
No, in general, I mean,
Yeah.
like Hyundai has really upped their game. So like,
Like it was the brand new one that we see on the road now, not the
The one
facelift, but the one that the nice looking one.
the one that all the car rental places have.
That's
yes,
the one. Yeah. So it was like roughly between 4 to 5 years ago. We have the Tucson was, I think, starting price was around 28,000. You can get like an upper trim level for like 30, 31. It was in our budget. But I mean, we saw it, had the new tech, everything, insurance, warranty, all of that was great. But then I was like looking at the used cars, and I saw an X5, a BMW, and I was like, unreliable.
Sounds just about right.
This is my lane. So yeah, I mean, compromising on a new car with all of the goods that come with a new car and reliability, we went for something that I mean, driving pleasure. Let's just go.
Listen,
with it.
in the end, it's what you're looking for, what you're looking to get.
Yeah.
A BMW, especially an X5, your generation, the E70, I believe.
E70, yeah.
Yeah.
The X6 is E71.
Yeah,
E70.
exactly. The
Yeah.
E70
Yeah.
is such an amazing car in the sense of it really drives the feedback you get. It's a very pleasurable car to drive.
Jay hates it, by the way.
Yeah, if you're any mechanic hates it. If you have to ever
Everyone
work on your
hates
BMW, you will hate it.
Especially that car. It's by the way, it's very. We talked about this before. It's not very reliable.
It's not reliable, but it's
what did you
also
say last time? Like
if you don't take care of it.
No, like high reward, something else.
High
maintenance, high reward. That's
yeah.
the one. That's the one.
No, listen. It really, with BMWs, mechanically they're usually solid as long as like you address issues as they begin to happen. You're not like, oh, okay, I'll take it in. Like, you know, you just have to be proactive rather than reactive with maintenance. And I think that's the same with all high-end German manufacturers.
But I mean, like this is like an issue I'm facing at, like 5 years down the line of owning this car. For example,
yeah,
if,
about 5 years.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, after like a certain while, like like something starts to happen with the car, I'm the one that gets the blame of it. And I'm like, ah, shifit, we got that Hyundai, it's still under warranty right now. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I'm driving a car that I love, you know?
Yeah, and
it's different.
do you feel like your car is like really outdated on the road?
Bro, you know how many people ask me like, bro, how model is it? People who don't know about cars.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, listen, it's a car that aged really well.
It aged well, yeah.
So
it's gonna go eventually. Like,
the thing is with the
soon,
Hyundai and Kia and all these cars in the past, like you would buy them, and I think I don't know about today's models because I haven't been in any of them, but like you buy them for 5 years, they're super solid, nothing goes wrong. 5 years and 1 day later, that instantly just car starts shaking to death. No, like you see, like we have a friend has a Kia Cerato.
Yeah.
That's only been like its life was in Beirut as like a A to B car.
Steve,
Yeah. So his car, man, is so hilarious. Like the car is so bad. Like when you roll down the windows, the car, like, the RPM drops by, like, around 200 RPM. Like, of course it's a sign of something going, but, like, in general, he swears by it, and I believe him. For 5 years, this car never gave him any headache, nothing. Oil, you just change oils and oil and filter.
I mean, it's a car to get you from point A to point B.
Exactly, but after 5 years,
which is what people are looking for
exactly,
sometimes.
but, like, after 5 years, it just became, like, a huge headache. Like, I think we're in the same boat with the Honda City. Like, I have a Honda City. I think it has a 1.4.
I thought you guys sold that car.
It's still kicking.
Yeah.
So it's done, like, I think around, like, 40,000 kilometers now.
Yeah.
No mechanical problems or anything, but, like, you can tell, like, if I drive the car up on Metna City, or if you're just constantly on the gas, the vibrations you feel in the like, you can, it's khalas, like, I don't know, it feels like it's done like much more mileage than it really has. So it doesn't age as well as, like, other cars. Let's just say that.
It's a compromise. You're compromising on something, but you're getting something else.
Just don't buy any used Italian cars and you should be good.
Oh yeah, that's for sure, man.
Besides mechanical issues, Italian manufacturers for the longest time have had an issue, besides rust, with plastics.
What?
Maserati, Ferrari, all these Lamborghini, park them in the sun. Get in the car. The buttons are all sticky and, like, disgusting.
Especially the what is that? The Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, Quattroporte.
All of it.
Yeah, like.
But look, I really want an Abarth, by the way.
Abarth, I think, is different. I really don't know. But,
really,
like,
eyeing a red Abarth that I saw online for sale. It looks really nice, and I've been loving the Abarth recently. It just looks really nice.
Sounds really nice.
Abarth. I mean,
sounds really nice.
I had a little fun with an Abarth guy last time. I was driving the A45 in Rabia, I think, and there was these two guys cruising with the top down on Abarth, and, like, as soon as I downshifted,
that's such a vibe. That's such
and they're like, oh, A45, let's do this. Okay, they started downshifting. And we just had a little fun, but yeah, I really want.
Can't wait for
someone
to take a sound clip of, like, the noise you just made. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we've wrapped up the cons of having a used car. We
pretty much covered it, yeah. And
but I think we can end it with this. With used personally, I find today's used cars are much nicer than the new cars out there. I'm just gonna say that. I'm really gonna put that out there.
I agree.
So I don't know. So I think with the used car market, I personally am more likely to find cars that I like rather than, like,
especially
buying a new car.
Especially with what you're, like.
Yeah, like the shit I bitch about.
Yeah.
Like the screens, the whole overly, like, complicated, like.
So for sure.
I can, like, just really don't like, these things are so, like, BMW's gesture control, for example. I have it on a few cars. It's the most useless feature of all time.
I actually use it a lot.
It's because they told you about it, that you use it, and you're like, I have it. I must use it. Like, you're just like this in the car. Imagine you're in traffic doing this. You look like an idiot.
Hold up, wait. Let me defend BMW once. So they gave me the X5, the new X5, once for my birthday, and it had the gesture control and whatever. And my parking lot in my building is super tight. Like, the columns are, the architect's fucked. So I think he was high or something. So pulling up to the parking lot, coming in and out, if the volume was too loud, I'd be, like, looking right or looking left, just making sure I'm, like, not hitting a beam. And, like, with my arm, I'm, like, doing this just to bring down the volume. You know, it works sometimes. I mean, it's a nice quirk to have.
It's not really. Like, one feature I like is the automatic.
It's a YouTuber kind of. It is.
It's
just to have people talk.
The one cool thing that I found is the reverse memory. I forgot the name. It's a parking assistant plus or something. But what I find stupid about it is, for it to remember the last 50 meters of the car driving, parking sensors have to be, like, you have to have had the parking sensors engaged.
Yeah.
Like, that means, usually, man, what if I got into a complicated park? Khalas, I just parked the car. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, this looks like complicated. You're not going to think in advance.
Aren't they usually on?
No. Sometimes they auto-activate. You can have it on or off. I have it off.
And some cars, like, when you slow down to a certain speed, for example, the A45, when you slow down, the light comes on, and okay, I'm paying attention. Let's just.
Yeah, no, a lot. I have that disabled on every car because it's so intrusive. It really is. Especially in Lebanon, like, you're just driving, then, like, a motorcycle whizzes by and the car just goes ape shit. So
especially with your dash cam, like, coming on every now and then if you go over a speed bump too high.
Yeah, I'm telling you, no. So I like cars that keep it simple. Today's cars aren't doing that for me, so we'll see. For me, the used car market.
Buying rust buckets and shit boxes and.
Maybe.
If it works.
People
why
of
not?
Lebanon take care of your car, so I have a better ownership experience. All right.
I think we pretty much covered the topic of today. You
Yeah.
want to address anything else? Or should we just move on to the news?
I think we've concluded pretty well with don't buy Italian.
Don't buy Italian. Please don't buy Italian.
Good for the soul, bad for the pocket.
Yeah, as soon as they hit like 5,000 kilometers, just sell that shit really fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Run.
Yeah, run.
All right. So I think we can move on to this week's news.
This week's news. We've
us
had a
off.
few things come to light with the new Toyota GR86. Some people hate it, some people love it. A lot of people saying, oh, why don't they strap on a turbo to it?
What do you think?
I actually love it.
Me too.
I
agree.
love it, man. I love that it's an NA, by the way.
I like that. For me, the GT86/GR86, like it's a platform for you to build upon.
Yeah.
You know, if they gave you a turbocharged, like.
Thinking from Toyota's point of view as well, they don't want it to compete with the sales of the Supra. كمان بفكر
And
فيها.
it has a Subaru engine, so it's probably not advisable to Subaru boy. Sorry,
But
Khalil, I'm sorry.
I forgot the stats of the car, but I mean the GR86 is like upwards of like 280 horsepower. Is it somewhere like that?
I've long ago I've lost interest in numbers, but
Yeah.
all I know is it's
think
a bit
about
faster.
it. If you strap on a turbo to it, what is it gonna make? Like 340, for example. That's like
That's
Toyota
being
Supra.
hopeful, bro.
I know, but I mean, what like 320?
I don't know. For me, you're buying a very nice platform that you can develop in any way you like. You know, so that's the thing. Like I remember when the GT86 first came out, everyone was like, "Oh, it's so." Jeremy Clarkson drove it. He's like, "This car does everything so well," and yes, it's underpowered, but with all honesty, and I hope everyone agrees with me. I personally enjoy driving slow cars fast more than I do driving fast cars slow.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like the Honda City, bro, coming down Matna Sadiye,
Yeah.
it weighs like 1,000 kilos. So you can hit them corners and like really like no other car. I'm not joking with you. I'm super serious. Like I don't know. So for me, I think it does what it's meant to do. Toyota has intended it to be like a platform people develop upon.
100%.
And so I think it's great. You know, if it doesn't have a turbo, tough luck. You're probably gonna add one yourself.
Yeah.
If it even came with one, people are still gonna upgrade. Like so, that's might as well.
Exactly. A lot of people were bitching about the looks of it. I mean, just consider it as like
the same, no?
No.
Personally, I saw. For me, it doesn't look too far away. Like
I actually
liked
really
it.
like it. I mean, just think of it as like an extended GR Yaris. It has pretty much the same headlights and taillights.
It's pretty much just. I think it's just like a facelift to the GT.
Yeah,
I don't see anything much
Interior
else.
is pretty similar. Just added the screen and the digital dash, and that's it.
Because millennials.
Yeah. One of our friends, by the way, was raging to me about the interior the other day because the panel in front of the driver was like too extended out and just it was fucked up. I agreed with him, but you guys won't understand until you see it in person. So what else? We have the Hummer EV that came out, which I was mind blown by the torque. But
electric motor.
But like 15,000 Newton meters.
Was it?
Yeah, but I mean.
It's 1,000 horsepower.
But someone explained to me that it's you have to like put it on a dyno. It doesn't really make sense because it's taking it from each wheel. I don't understand it very well.
Listen, it's probably a publicity stunt, but in the end, it's an electric motor. It makes immense amounts of torque off the line, but like
15,800, man. شو عم تحكي؟
But at the same time, why?
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 Okay. Publicity stunt. They want to sell the car.
No, like if you're super gonna off-road that car, with off-roading you need all the torque you can get.
Yeah.
Horsepower is just a number, but like we know what the car is gonna be. It's gonna be a mall crawler. It's gonna be that car you find parked outside of Sharif. So like.
That's like one thing interesting I found out about the car. It's that it can charge other EVs. By the way, there's a not a generator, but it transfers the DC into AC, and you can plug another EV into it. Why are you laughing?
I'm just thinking about that Range Rover dealership. Yeah, let's daisy chain a fire. Do you see me putting like a tube of fuel, like trying to take fuel from your... No.
But I mean, this brought up the topic with my aunt the other day. I was driving and we saw the Hyundai Kona. It's an electric car as well.
Yeah.
And she hasn't seen an electric car before, and I was like telling her, oh, okay, but she see بلبنان electric cars. She was like, oh, okay, what if like it was a girl, what if she runs out of power? What is she going to do, just park on the side of the road? No, yeah, you have a point. The infrastructure in Lebanon isn't there yet. But when I read this about the Hummer EV, I was like, oh wait, this might be the future. Like if you're stranded on the side of the road, maybe some guy can just park up next, not necessarily the Hummer, maybe other cars in the future. Just
yeah, but how long is it gonna take to like
then with
to
what
get the car booted?
with what you were talking about the other day with Porsche and BMW and Mercedes.
Yeah, but that's Porsche and BMW.
Eventually,
Mercedes.
I mean, I'm talking down
And
the line.
they still haven't released it. Like
I'm
it's
talking down the line in the future,
yeah,
man.
down
Not
in the
now.
future. For today, let's just leave that
Heck,
on the
exactly,
side.
exactly.
Personally.
But I mean, it's a pretty interesting looking car with the crab walk and the whole roof. You can take it off and just
Yeah, crab walk.
crab walk.
Valet's gonna love that feature.
وشبيبة البتوينات.
Hey. Oh man.
So what else? We have the facelifted CLS, which they didn't really change much about the car, just the front fascia.
Also, the the Mercedes GT53 got a facelift. They changed the grille and now it has drift mode because millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I saw a post today. I think they're experimenting with an electric version of the car as well.
I wouldn't be surprised. We're gonna have
Hybrids
models
and
with everything, so expect it.
Yeah, I mean, but the CLS, the facelift was a bit surprising because they just changed the front bumper and the grille. Like usually they up the power by a bit, maybe like 10
But
to 5
how
horsepower.
old is the car?
Nobody.
Like 2 years old or a year old?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, imagine how shit it must feel to have that car, and 1 year later, after you
Yeah.
paid like X amount of money.
Yeah.
With Mercedes, it's a big X
A
amount.
big X amount of money.
1 year later, they fuck you and they release a new version.
By the way, we're talking. I got an email the other day of a CLS 63, which they stopped making. By the way, such a beautiful car, man. But the recent one, I don't like the back of it. The previous generation, look how cool this. I'm gonna put it on the screen if you guys can see it, bro.
Put it here.
Put it here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean-
I like the first gen CLS most, but
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
this
You guys
too.
were
It
looking
grew
for
on
it
me.
the
It
other
really did grow on me.
But this gen, bro, I fucking love this car. 63. It's a 4MATIC, by the way. Cool. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so what else? We have the top selling cars of 2021. I saw this on a blog.
Oh, I'm curious. I don't know.
Like, and they put a list of 21 or 25 cars. I'm not gonna go through all of them. I'm just
Just
gonna
give me the top 3.
top 3, or let's.
Are
just-
these
let's
in the
just
U.S.?
I think it's very U.S. based.
Okay, we can draw some parallels from the U.S. market.
Like, I'm gonna do very quickly top 5.
Top 10. Let's just do a top 10.
Fine.
Run us
Okay,
down real
top
quick.
10. So we have the Ford Explorer.
Okay,
Top 10. 9 is Toyota Tacoma.
of course.
Corolla 7, 8. Camry 7. 6 is a Nissan Rogue, which we don't get in Lebanon.
We probably get it under a different name.
I think it's the replacement for the Murano. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Top 5, we have the Honda
Okay.
CRV. Toyota RAV4.
All right. I'm waiting. Yeah, I was about to say pickup truck.
What do you expect?
Silverado.
What do you expect the first one to be?
F-150.
For sure, man.
Americans and trucks,
Number
bro.
3 is a Silverado. Number 2 is
It's
a
a Ram pickup. Number 1 is an F-Ford F-Series.
But this is very US based. I
It
mean,
is.
From the number 1, you can tell.
Yeah, no. This is
But I mean,
definitely-
they sold 204,000, let's say, units.
I want for the next episode to pull up the best-selling cars for China in 2020.
Oh, that would be interesting.
And just to compare, wait, how many? So the F-Series sold how many cars? 203.
204.
Almost 204,000 cars. I'm curious what China, like, their best-selling model was.
Yeah.
And then you'll see why the auto industry is shifting towards China.
We'll bring it up next time, hopefully.
All right.
If I can find it.
Do you want to water break and then we move on to the OLX finds before we wrap up?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, let's do it.
A few moments later.
So we're gonna move on to OLX finds, which they haven't sponsored us yet. OLX, please sponsor us.
But how are they going to sponsor us? I'm so curious. Do they give us, like, a car every month? Like,
I mean, why not?
whatever.
So what do
Anyways.
you have for us this week, Nick?
I have a very interesting entry-level off-road car that people
Ooh.
don't often think about. We'll show it up in the video above me. Let's say above me. Okay, you do above you. All right. So it's a 2014 Suzuki Jimny company source. It says it has anywhere from 30,000 to 39,000 kilometers on it. 4 new Yokohama tires, 4-wheel drive, misspelled double for double airbags, ABS, and many more
Double.
options. Anyway, so this car is a very lovely car. Like, it's not the new Jimny, like the one that
It's
looks
not
like
everyone.
a baby G
Yeah,
class.
it's not everyone. The one everyone was like.
Yeah,
"Oh my
looks
God,
wise, it's.
I
I
like
like,
that
that it's low key though.
Yeah.
But this is a great entry level 4-wheel drive car because it has a dual ratio transfer case.
Mhm.
So when you're off-roading, like, yeah, this car makes like, let's say 85 horsepower and 100 newton meters of torque, but through the gearing of the gearbox and the transfer case, you end up with like 300 newton. So it's a
Which
great
is what you need
off-roader.
when you're off-roading, man.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
and it's light.
With
This
short,
car
short
will kill
wheelbase.
It's
Everything.
a very short wheelbase, and
Very good.
realistically, how many times do you have more than one person in the car or two people?
Yeah.
Very few, like, let's not lie, very few times. And so
I'm sure this
reliable,
is a very capable
cheap,
car, man.
taxes are cheap, insurance is cheap. I mean, it doesn't get better than this.
You know how many people are like going after Jimnys after the first this new generation came out? By the way, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Jimnys are pretty cool."
Yeah, man, I love the new Jimny because you can just like make it look like a Defender or a G-Class.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like making it look like anything.
No,
but
just
still.
keep it the way it is. But you know how you mentioned in the beginning of the podcast there was like 100 parked in some lot.
Yeah.
So تعرف how many in the UK are like looking for a Jimny but they can't find one?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a great
selling,
car.
It's selling like crazy, like hotcakes, man.
Like if someone listens to me, you should really check this car out.
Yeah, it's
Like
a
if
nice
you
find. It's a
if
good
you
find.
decide like me as a person, I can't keep anything stock, so I see this car, I see a bigger tires, chunkier tires, a small lift, and that's all you really need. This car doesn't need much more. Add a snorkel if you're gonna go swimming later.
I doubt anyone's gonna do it though. But
Like you'd be surprised.
Wallah.
Yeah.
لبنان.
Do you not remember when it rains and the highways become?
Oh yeah. You definitely
you definitely need a snorkel. All right, what do you have?
I have a Mazda Miata, an MX-5 model 2004. Looks interesting. I told you I
Wait,
sent
you have to do the YouTube thing. Point up to where it's gonna be. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so it's a 2004. It's a manual. It has maybe some aftermarket rims. I'm not sure.
Yeah, these definitely don't look stock.
Yeah. I mean, like, this was the last generation before the Miata like changed the looks of it and became.
The 2005 model. This is a 2004. Yeah.
Four.
So it's the last of the ugly one, but that
Yeah,
means
but
it's
it's
the
not-
best as well.
It's not very ugly. ما بعرف.
A
I like it.
A Miata is a Miata in the end. A
Yeah.
Mazda and MX-5 doesn't really change much.
صح.
I like it. It looks
But
nice.
it's nice that it comes with the hard top as well. Like you have the soft top that opens, but it comes with the hard top for like.
Oh, are they two separate things?
Yeah. See, when there's a hard top and right here there's a soft top.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can just strap it on.
So, yeah. Okay.
Like
So
the E46 convertible, right? They used to have like a hard top.
I know it's like the Blazer. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a pretty interesting car. What is he asking for? $4,500. He didn't say if it, but like it has between 40 to 50,000 kilometers.
I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, but if it's true, it's a pretty good find, Sarah. And I told you I really like this car.
And it's a great platform for people who want to buy a car that they can work on, they can mod, they can do anything.
Yeah.
And like
For me personally, I would love to get this car because first of all, it's not very expensive. If it has 40,000 kilometers or 50,000 kilometers, it's pretty great. Plus, it's a manual, which I haven't driven manual in so long. And I'm very rusty. I'm very rusty. I mean, a small manual car, rear-wheel drive. What is it like?
Sport. It's a convertible.
Convertible.
Too, like a sports.
I'm not sure how much power these make.
It's
Not
like
very
180.
much. Yeah, it's
No, I
enough
think
for the car.
Man, a Mazda is about the balance. This is a perfectly balanced car that you will enjoy every time you drive. I like it.
I think it's a pretty good
a
find.
roadster. Yeah.
The rims are really pissing me off, but I mean, you can just change those. So yeah, if you're looking for a Miata or a Mazda,
you can use that as a bargaining chip. Be like, we're the original ones. Give me the 16s.
أنا بعتلف دولار. مش أنا بعتلف خمسة.
Yeah, the Jimny actually is like $9,000. I think.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Assuming everything is normal, this is what the car is really
How many
worth.
kilometers? I forgot.
30 to 40.
Bro, that's so good.
No, and it's a 2014 company, so like.
Yeah.
So I know this car hasn't been like, wasn't swimming in Florida with some flood, like So I'm
sure.
Peace of mind buying it from knowing it came from the company in Lebanon.
That pretty good find, Sarah.
Yeah, so both of them nice entry level cars for you're going with the sports cars like route. I'm going with the off road route. That way, you give someone who's into like not speed but like just generally you want to enjoy the drive.
Spirited driving.
Exactly, the MX-5. If you want to go off roading without really like doing much or without like spending like 20K, this is it.
lift. Hi, Steve.
Shout out him.
So yeah, those are
our OLX
finds
finds for this week.
So
I think with that we wrap up.
We're gonna wrap it up.
episode
So
3.
what have we learned this week?
Don't buy Italian.
if you're looking for a car, just do your research.
Check the forums,
check
the
the
Facebook
forums.
groups.
Have a budget set in mind. Don't buy a car that you can't really afford.
Yeah, don't stretch it today,
Yeah.
and then if something breaks tomorrow, you're gonna have to park it until you could.
Especially if you're like financing the car. If you can't afford it right now, means you're not gonna afford it eventually. Just
unless you're doing crypto or something. Whatever.
Oh shit!
You
Well,
know-
I mean,
you know-
that takes a dip very fast, come in, if you're not doing it smart.
If you should know what you're doing.
So-
Also, I really recommend you speak to a mechanic. If you have a mechanic you trust or go with,
For sure.
take his word for it because they know more than
They
you
know
do
more.
at this point. You
Yeah,
know.
and if you decide on the car, have it checked either by the dealership or by a mechanic if it's a used car or whatever.
Especially have your mechanic approve it because in the end, if something goes wrong with it, he's gonna be the one who's gonna like be under it working.
Yeah.
So if it's a car he disapproves of, he's gonna be like, I told you, he's gonna be like, you know, sorry Jay. With every single car.
But make sure you take it to your mechanic, by the way. So
Yeah, every
I had
person.
an experience once. We were selling a car. It was a shit car, by the way, and we knew it was a shit car. And we told the guy, "Are you sure you want to buy it?" I mean, we're being very honest with him. He's like, "Yeah."
That's nice.
He got his cousin or whatever. He's like, "Eh, like إيش العنطر?" No, "Eh, أنا بعرف ميكانيسيان." We took it to the mechanic, but the car was shit. The guy was like, "Yeah, هنضيف أنظف سيارة خلاص اشتريها
Yeah,
هلا
leave
بقى."
it relative to like what he's seen.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. But I mean, just take it to a guy you trust, and yeah, I guess.
Reach out to friends, people who own it.
Reach out to us if you.
Yeah, slide
we
in
can
our
help.
DMs.
We
Nick
can
doing
help,
car
by the way.
things, Beirut Beasts, and
I mean, if I don't know anything about a car you're asking me about, I can always ask Nick or anyone else. We can help you if you guys need any help. So yeah.
also, I'm just gonna because we had yesterday a friend in the States. Her car wasn't turning on.
Yeah.
Avoid Mercedes. No, I'm joking, but like, avoid Mercedes.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace out.